Hello, this is Pastor John of Crossway Multinational Church. This is our 27th episode of the Crosslight podcast. Today we're beginning a series looking at life groups. Life groups is the term that we use for the special kind of small group ministry that we practice as a church at Crossway. Our life groups have four areas that we use together for a richness of interaction and growth. The first area is community. We want to care for each other in life groups, to share each other's burdens and joys, to pray for each other, to keep track of each other. Life groups are a key way that care is carried out in our church for those who are in them. So the first area, care. The second area is Scripture. We want to understand God's communication to us, and through that to know God more. So we want to understand Him and our world and what it is to follow Him. So we study the Bible. The third area is to grow deeper into our vision. At Crossway, we rejoice in having a diverse unity, which we're convinced is God's intention for the church. The early church was a mixture of those who had a Jewish background and those who did not. And there was significant division. Yet in Ephesians 2, Paul says God's intention was to make one new humanity and to reconcile that humanity to Himself. And so we also want to grow in community together, and life groups are a way to learn to love each other, to celebrate our differences as well as what we share together. And then our last area is service. We want to grow in serving together, to help each other put into practice the things that we study and understand. So this is what life groups are, and we're starting a series of talking to the leaders of different life groups to understand their journey, what it looks like, and perhaps for people of our church, discover a place where we can connect. So today we talked to John, who is the leader of what's called FriGuys, a group of guys who get together on Friday mornings on Zoom. Here's the conversation I had with John. John, can you tell us, so what is FriGuys and what is your role?
So FriGuys is a group that we currently have 6 members. We meet online. We used to meet in person, and after the pandemic, we had enough people traveling that we just kept it online. And so we meet Friday mornings, 7 to 8:30 a.m. We are, I think, could be described a pretty close-knit group, particularly considering the fact that we don't meet in person. But I'm finding that it's a very meaningful group for all the folks involved. We study the sermon from the previous week, and at least as significantly, we share prayer requests and pray for each other. This has been really significant. We've had a number of very significant positive aspects of prayer, answers to prayer over time, but particularly recently, had some very serious health things that have turned out much better than the doctors had expected. So that's been very, very encouraging. I think the bonds in the group are pretty strong. I personally would not get up early on a Friday morning for no reason. And in this case, I always make it if I don't have a schedule conflict. And that's true for everybody. So we've commented a number of times of the significance of the group for each person in the group. Each person, I think it would be safe to say, is spiritually mature. And so people have different perspectives. They have different resources. So someone may share, well, I'm reading this book now. And for some people, it's like, well, that's always been on my bookshelf and somebody else is not familiar with it. And it's like, wait, let me write that down. I want to check that out, kind of thing. So there's a lot of sharing back and forth on resources, things like that. Certainly perspectives. It's very easy, particularly if going through a really tough time, to sort of shorten the focus. And for somebody to say, wait, now, a while back you shared this, so it sounds like it's actually improved quite a bit, or something. like that. Um,
Mhm.
we're not a confrontative group, but if somebody seems to be drifting off in a direction that's less than ideal, certainly
Mhm.
people would be comfortable in gently aiming them back on the path. So I think that's a significant part of the group. Yes, it's FriGuys. Certainly, men would be appropriate to join the group. Right now, there's five of us who've retired at least once, and Ben. And
Mhm.
Ben lowers the average age, but certainly a very important member of our group.
Mhm.
So and, I, we are certainly open to other people joining.
Okay, that's
Although
great.
we're like I said, I think a tightly knit group, it's not that somebody else would not be welcome. And I think somebody who really wanted to be a part of it would be comfortable in joining. Someone who really does want to grow in a relationship with Jesus,
Mhm.
because that's the prime topic, really.
Mhm.
Sermons obviously are focused on that, but what we share is also, and it's certainly we share what's going on in our lives, prayer requests, and so forth. But again, there certainly is a sense of here's something I'm learning, or here's something I'm struggling with, or whatever,
Mhm.
and that those topics are not only welcome but expected. I think the sharing and prayer requests and so forth is really critical.
Mhm.
Sometimes we'll text back and forth during the week on something. How'd your surgery go, or what happened with this, or whatever. Um, but I would definitely feel a loss in terms of um, the just the availability of people knowing that they're praying.
Mhm.
It's
Mhm.
obviously very encouraging if you say such as on Friday you say such and is going to happen on Monday, and Monday night you get a text or something. So what
Mhm.
happened today?
Mhm.
Whatever the issue was.
No, that's great. Well, it's good to hear. Yeah, and you illustrate, yeah, some of the key things that are important to us about the life in the church. That it's not just gathering together on Sunday morning, although that's a key
Mhm.
part. Yet it is the relationship. Why we call it a life group. It's living life connected with others, and so great to hear. Well, really
Mhm.
appreciate yeah, your update today, John, and yeah, maybe you'll have some more people who find their way to join with you. So thank you very much.
Sounds good.
Great. All right. Talk to you later.
Thanks.